I'm going to imagine your wife hasn't touched you in decades, and rightfully so. Why would she touch you when you can't even listen for 5 seconds and you're selfish? Okay, stop worrying about who Brian Shapiro is dating, and stop worrying about why you haven't wet your beak in 25 years.
So you're not going to like this phone call, but I like you, Brian, and I like you, Leonard. Okay,
I feel like there's a butt. I feel like there's a butt coming.
Get to the butt. Get to the good stuff.
That's okay. You can disagree with me.
This is a sugar before I give you the medicine.
Okay.
Hey, Leonard, why are you letting your buddy there, Brian, date a MAGA girl? All right, we had this argument already.
Two reasons.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Two reasons. First one is I don't give a shit who he dates. Number one, because we're both men and we're grown adults. And number two, you can't judge someone. And this is the difference between MAGAs and good Democrats. You cannot judge someone on their politics. You cannot say just because they're a MAGA, just because they're Republican, just because they're conservative, that they're automatically a bad person. So Leonard, that's judgmental.
So Leonard, okay, so first of all,
speak for himself.
Okay, so first of all, no, I don't, and I can tell you that and I've never said this on the show, that every single person who voted for Donald Trump is trash, okay? Number one. Number two, during the Tim Pool live podcast, when I was being hurled homophobic insults and it was very heated and there was a lot going on, I misspoke. And I own that, and I admit that. If I had made, hold on, I need you to listen now. If I made the claim of a MAGA girl, then that is incorrect. I misspoke. Here's what is the truth. And sometimes when you do 10 hours of radio a week, and when you're on the road doing a show when people are screaming and yelling at you and there's a lot going on, sometimes you say things that might not be 100% accurate. She voted for Donald Trump. This is someone who voted for Donald Trump. She does not consider herself, quote, a MAGA girl. She admits that Donald Trump is a piece of human garbage. And I also fundamentally disagree with you. I know some decent people today who made a terrible mistake, and they admit that they made a mistake in voting for Donald Trump. And that doesn't mean they're a horrible human being. Now, I've never said everybody who voted for Trump is a horrible person. I have said, for the most part, everybody that's a horrible person probably voted for Donald Trump. But there is a difference. And you seem to be obsessed with somebody that I am dating, which I find a little bit bizarre. I'm sorry, sir. I will not go out with you. I will not go out with you, sir. I apologize.
This is the longest. Go ahead. Listen.
I think you. First, he wants to tell you who to date. Then he wants to tell you how to answer. Do you have some control issues? It seems to me like you got some control.
Maybe in the beginning you didn't know what he was about. But if she voted for Trump recently, all these problems are because of your girlfriend.
Okay, so first of all, I never said.
What if it's
so? Where did I say? Where did I say that I have a girlfriend?
Huh?
Where did I say that?
On Tim Pool's thing that you told everybody to watch.
Okay, so let me just, sir. It sounds to me like you haven't dated in a long time. So let me just give you some clarity. No, don't. I'm gonna. You're wrong.
Yeah.
Just because I. Well, yeah.
Slim pickings okay.
Okay, sir. Are you gonna let me? Sir, you gotta let me respond. Sir, you gotta let me respond. Thank you. Just because
makes for good radio.
Just because you're dating somebody doesn't mean it's a girlfriend. That's number one. Yeah. That's dating 101. And again, I've now answered. I've now answered your question and clarified. And it sounds to me like you're a little jealous that I might be getting some action and you're not.
Well, you know what, Andy?
Hold on. Let's go to this person. Hold on, Andy. All right, Andy. When was the last time you got laid?
Well. Hey, listen.
No. Okay, everybody calm down. Andy, you commented on my dating life, and I gave you hold on, Andy, don't take offense. Just listen to me. I gave you a very honest and very normal answer, and I didn't scream like you are now. Andy, when was the last time you got laid?
Oh, my God. How am I going to answer this, man? I'm married.
And my answer still stands.
When's the last time you made love?
Yeah.
Oh, made love. My God, man.
Does he know what I mean? He's made love.
Man, I know what you mean.
So answer.
The married life is rough, man.
Okay, we didn't ask you. Okay, so first of all, Andy,
he just admitted he's hard to get along with.
Andy. No, Andy, I'm going to give you therapy. Andy, hold on, Andy. I want to help you out.
And it's
here,
free.
okay?
This is free.
Andy, this is free advice.
Double bag it.
Okay, Andy.
Oh, here we go.
So maybe wine and dine your wife a little bit. Tell her how beautiful she is, and maybe you'll have a chance. When was the last time you gave your wife flowers and came home and said, "I'm so lucky that you're in my life, and I want you to know I love you"? Andy, I want you to be honest now. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
So, Andy, instead of worrying about
when was the last Olympics?
Andy, instead of worrying about what a talk show host is dating, maybe Andy should worry about his own marriage. Life is short. And why don't you tell your wife, why don't you, I'm giving you, listen, Andy, I'm trying to be nice here.
I got the advice.
Okay, all right. So, Andy,
take her to dinner.
Do me a favor. Here's what I want you to do.
Shopping.
Okay. I'm obsessed with this guy, Brian. He does a great radio show. I love his show. I'm a little upset that he's dating somebody who once voted for Donald Trump. But he gave me some advice. He gave me some advice. Hold on. He gave me some advice. Hold on. I need you to listen. This is why your wife can't stand you, because
I heard your advice.
All right, why don't you stop?
Buy her flowers.
All right, are you going to do it?
His poor wife.
Man,
oh my God.
Do it, man.
Andy, you don't listen. Are you going to buy your wife flowers? Are you going to do that and show her you appreciate her?
Girl.
Andy,
you showing the top of your life.
Andy,
your first million.
Andy,
tell your wife she's an angel for staying with
Andy,
you.
why don't you take my advice and say, Brian, I think you might be right. Maybe I might do that. Why, as a man, why can't you own it?
I will do that.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do.
I'm going to do it, but you do this.
No. Hold on.
Is he a MAGA?
Andy, hang on a second. Here's what I want you to do. Andy, why is it so hard for you to listen for 10 seconds?
Because, man, you shouldn't be dating a girl that voted.
There he goes again. And you should be telling your wife you love her, and that's why she won't touch you, because the reason why your wife.
I think we see the problem.
The reason why your wife won't touch you is because you're the worst communicator in the history of this show. Why don't you listen for a change? When was the last time you sat down and you said, honey, what do you want to do tonight? I want to make you happy. Why are you so selfish? Why don't you send her some flowers? You can laugh because you know it's true. When was the last time you sat down?
Where do you want to go to dinner? Where do you want to go this weekend?
Okay. Mr. Relationship Guy.
How was your day? How are you doing tonight? How about that?
No, why don't you, no. You're telling me to listen. Your problem is, no, you don't. Here's what I want you to pot this guy down. I do win. Thank you, sir. I do win. So I'm asking you for a favor now, okay? And the reason why you don't hear him is because we had to pot him down, because he can't be quiet for 5 seconds, and that's why his relationship is so horrible with his wife. So, Andy, I'm going to ask you for something now, and I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. And I think Leonard would agree with me.
And it's free.
It's free. After you get your wife some flowers, which could cost you $5, okay? And after you tell your wife how much you appreciate her, see if she gives you some loving. And then I want you to call back into the show. And the question isn't going to be about me and my sex life. The question isn't going to be about me and who I'm dating. It's going to be about you.
Did it work?
And then you're going to thank me.
Right.
Okay, Andy? So worry about your own marriage. I'm trying to say this to help you and save your marriage.
Some people pay $300 an hour for what you're doing.
I'm trying to give him advice. Ask her, why is it so hard for you to make your wife happy? Why do you? I don't know. You know, when somebody says to me, "A long
time, man."
Well, maybe. You know what I mean? And why has it been a long time? I want you to tell me why.
No, I mean we've been together for a long time.
That doesn't matter.
I mean,
there are people that have been married for 70 years that still treat each other great. What are you talking about?
I just realized something.
What? That you're treating your wife like crap?
He had an epiphany.
No. She voted Republican.
Who cares?
This is the problem.
Okay, so that's why you won't give her flowers.
So out of
get
20,
out of here.
You know, Brian, out of the 20 reasons or the millions of reasons you could date a girl, like you date girls, out of all the reasons that you could possibly want to be with that girl, he has one. He has one criteria.
So because once your wife might have voted for a Republican, that's a reason to not treat her well and get her flowers?
She voted for, that's it.
Andy, stop being a douchebag on this show and to your wife, and why don't you try to be a good husband for once? And maybe, I'm going to imagine your wife hasn't touched you in decades, and rightfully so. Why would she touch you when you can't even listen for 5 seconds and you're selfish, okay? Stop worrying about who Brian Shapiro is dating, and stop worrying about why you haven't wet your beak in 25 years, okay? Holy smokes. Did I just
give her a hug?
Did I just say it on the air? Wet your beak?
Give her a hug. Tell her you love her. You know, do something nice.
Oh my goodness gracious, Charlie Kirk. I said the same about. Hold on, no. I need you to listen. I need you to listen. I need you to listen. I'm still not done with my answer. You're interrupting me again.
Hey, I'm willing to have a great conversation if you don't hang up on me this time. I called in Wednesday.
If you're respectful and you answer my questions, then I'll gladly
Absolutely,
have a I appreciate that. I will gladly have a conversation with you. Go ahead, Thomas. What did you want to talk about?
Yeah, so you called me a fraud, but didn't let me explain because you hung up on me. And
okay,
like,
I'm not interested in. I'm not okay.
Pathetic.
I'm not interested in your grievances of a call you made earlier in the week. We're going to stay on topic, and if you'd like to talk about,
but I'm disappointed in you.
Okay, I don't care. I don't care if
I
don't care if you're disappointed in me, and I don't care what your opinions are about me about Cenk. We're talking about healthcare. We're talking about food stamps, and it's not a free for all where any MAGA could just call into this show and bring up anything they want to bring.
Not MAGA, by the way.
Okay,
so I don't.
Okay, I don't care what you are. Quite frankly, we're not talking
Why
about.
is it
We're not
okay?
off topic. We're not off topic. If you want to remain on topic,
for you to
Thomas,
but not Katie Miller.
Thomas. If you'd like to be on topic, I'm happy to have a respectful conversation with you.
Because of what you did on Wednesday.
Thomas,
so now I want to call in
let's
today.
try this one more time, Thomas, okay? I'm happy to have a respectful conversation with you. Now, I understand you might call into right-wing podcasts or, shows that don't have any listeners, and it's a free-for-all, and they can talk about whatever they want to talk about. Is there anything that I've talked about on the show today, Thomas? And again, I'm happy to have a respectful conversation with you.
Okay, yes.
Okay,
You
thank you.
actually are
Let's
giving
do that.
credit to Marge Green and Lauren Boebert, aren't you? It's exactly what you criticized Cenk for doing with Trump. How dare you? You are a disguised MAGA, sir.
Okay, so tell me what you're talking about. I don't know why you would say I'm a disguised MAGA. Once in a while, I think, sir, once in a while, sir, I'm trying, sir, I'm trying to explain something to you. Just because once in a while I might agree with somebody on the right doesn't mean
it's okay when you do it,
sir.
So you're like Donald Trump.
Sir. I've agreed with some things very few things, but some things that Donald Trump has done, I agree with. It doesn't mean I'm MAGA just because once in a while I agree with somebody. Do you see? Is that hard for you? Is that hard for you to follow, Thomas? Is that hard for you to follow? Does that make sense?
No, I actually get it 100%, but it's hard for you to follow when it comes to Cenk Uygur.
There you go again, going off topic again. Sir, you're very exhausting.
It's off
you're
topic.
very exhausting. What is it about Cenk that you felt the need to call back into the show?
You talked crap about him like almost a year ago, and you said he's pathetic for.
I don't agree with Cenk. I don't agree with Cenk.
Charlie Kirk.
Sure, I don't agree with Cenk most of the time.
It's okay for you to sit right next to Tim Pool, the known Russian asset.
Sure. So I will gladly respond to that. First of all, I did not criticize Cenk for getting into a debate with Tim Pool. On multiple occasions, are you going to let me finish my statement? Shut up.
Yes.
You don't interrupt me. You don't interrupt me. Thank you. It's my show, not yours.
I got you.
Thank you. You said you wanted respect, so show me the same. So you said that I've criticized Cenk for talking to Tim Pool. Is that what you just said?
No, talking to Charlie Kirk.
You said I've criticized. Okay, not true. I've never criticized Cenk.
You did, yes.
No, never have. Listen, I'm not going to.
Pathetic because he sat next to Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk said,
wrong. Here's what I criticized him for. Are you ready? People like you, it's very difficult sometimes for you to follow. I don't attack anybody for having a debate with somebody. What I do is say they're not tough enough on them. I thought that Cenk was not tough enough on Charlie Kirk. I said the same about. Hold on. No. I need you to listen. I need you to listen. I need you to listen. I'm still not done with my answer. You're interrupting me again.
Why is it okay?
You miscarry. I need you to be quiet, and then I will let you talk after. If you want a respectful conversation, you do not interrupt me. You made a claim that was not true. I never criticized Cenk for having or sitting next to Charlie Kirk. You know why? I was supposed to be sitting next to Charlie Kirk in December in Phoenix. I've never criticized anybody. In fact, I've said the opposite, that people should go into the lion's den and debate. That was never my criticism of Cenk, and there's nobody that listens to this show that would agree with you. You're just making stuff up. What I did criticize Cenk for, which you seem to struggle to understand, so I'll try to explain it to you again, is that I thought Cenk was too easy on him. There is a big difference between criticizing somebody for having a debate and criticizing somebody for not being too tough. I did the same thing with Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom was too nice with Charlie Kirk. I didn't criticize, and by the way, I said this on the show 100 times. I didn't criticize Gavin Newsom for having a debate with Charlie Kirk. I thought it was great that he was willing to do that. I criticized him for being too nice and not fighting for what he believes in. Now, I'm glad I was able to clear that up for you. Would you like to give me anything else are another example, because you were wrong on that one as
why
well.
is it okay for you to call Jank an anti-Semite right after our phone call, but you pretend to be mad
When did I call
Stephen
Jank?
Miller does it?
When did I call Jank an anti-Semite? I did that yesterday.
Right after you hung
Not
up
true.
on me, you
Not
said
true. Not true.
Jank is an anti-Semite.
Never said that. You're a
Oh,
liar.
I
Never
really
said that.
wanna
You're a
go look at
liar.
the clip you
Yeah,
gave
yeah,
me
yeah. I
called
think you
Disguised
should.
MAGA.
I think you.
Go ahead and watch it again.
Okay, so everything you've said now is totally misrepresenting and lying about things I've said. I've never called Jank an anti-Semite. In fact,
You literally did.
are you going to be
Look,
quiet
literally.
because you don't listen and you make things up? I own this on the show. About a year ago, I called Mehdi Hassan an anti-Semite. And in the last 6 months, I said, you know what? I was wrong. I don't think Mehdi Hassan is an anti-Semite. And I actually think he's right on a lot of things that he says about Israel. Not only are you conflating the two, I never said Cenk was an anti-Semite. I think he's very anti-Israel, but I never said that Cenk is an anti-Semite. And I was wrong about Mehdi Hassan. You obviously have no idea what you're talking about. I'd love to have a conversation with you of substance. But when you
look at
all right, sir, you have no idea what you're talking about. You're wasting my time. I don't mind having conversations with people that I disagree with. But when you have somebody that calls into this show that literally has absolutely no idea what he's talking about, he makes things up about you. I never have said that Cenk is an anti-Semite. I said he's very anti-Israel. He might say things at times that some people might construe as anti-Semitic. I don't think Cenk is anti-Semitic. In fact, I texted him yesterday. I said, congratulations on what you did to Katie. I thought he did a great job. I texted him yesterday. I don't have great relationships with people that I think are anti-Semitic. So it's just a completely ridiculous statement. You're literally wrong on every single one of your opinions that you brought to the show. But thank you for proving once again what a buffoon you are. I appreciate that. Let's go to Thomas. Thomas is next up on PTL. What's up, Thomas?
Hey, Brian, this is Thomas, or a nostalgic of Aberrath Dragon calling once again.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, so you were calling me out. So I just had to, you called me out. You're saying that I was a coward if I didn't call in, so here I am.
Well, I'm glad you called in. So, are you one of those people that calls me names, like a liar and all this other stuff? Or?
Well, as of recently, yes.
Okay, so what have I lied about? That's fine. So tell me, and thank you for calling in. What have I lied about on this show?
Sure. Well, for one of the biggest ones was a couple weeks ago or whatever it was now. You said that the Young Turks were anti-Semites, and then I called in 2 days later and you said
nope. You're going to stop right there.
You never said that.
Never did I say that the Young Turks are anti-Semites. You are a liar. When you call into a show, you can call me whatever you like. That's fine. You're the liar. So I'll tell you what. I'll make a bet with you. You can give the producer your name and your number.
Okay.
Nope. Let me finish. Sure. I will make a wager with you that never once did I ever say, quote, the Young Turks are anti-Semite. I have never said that.
How much do you want to wager, Brian?
I'm sorry, what?
How much would you like to wager?
Well, how much do you have? What do you do for a living? Where do you work?
I'm all in.
So you're saying on this show I said, quote, the Young Turks are anti-Semites.
Yep, you said it on Wednesday.
How about free tickets to your next show?
It's just so ridiculous, these people. All right.
I can't make it.
All right. So you're claiming that I claim that the Young Turks are anti-Semite. They're very anti-Israel. I've never said anti-Semite. So since we can, you can find me the audio and the time that I played that. And if you're right, I'll go on the air.
It's all online. It's all on YouTube, all of it.
I'll go on the air. Okay.
Sure
well, guess what? Then what you need to do, since you're making the claim, which I'm saying I did not do, is you need to post or email me the exact time and what show that I said that. Otherwise, you're the one that is going to be labeled a liar. But that's fine. We can move on. I'm on the air. I'm on the air 10 hours. I don't know why you're laughing. I mean, I'm on the air 10 hours a week. Okay. So surely you could come up with a couple of examples of why you think I'm a liar. Go ahead, sir.
Well, the other thing you lied about was this. Okay, check this out. You called Jank a pathetic coward.
There he goes with the Young Turks again.
For not being hard enough.
Sir, you're
doing the same thing with Tim Pool. You were on Tim Pool again, were you not?
What did I say?
Out this time for taking Russian money?
Did I call out Tim Pool? Okay, so first of all, that's not a lie. I asked you. You're very bad at direction, sir. You called into this show and you didn't say, Brian, I'd like to criticize you about Tim Pool. No. The question was, what did I lie about? If you don't like the way I handled the appearance with Tim Pool, I would call you a buffoon. But that's not a lie. You see, you just didn't like my choice of answering. Or by the way, sir, when
right,
somebody,
okay. All right, so
no, it's not all right. It's not all right. No, it's not all right. No,
that's the one line, and the other things are ridiculous.
So hold on. Let's get this right. I've been on the air for 23 years. I've been doing this show 10 hours a week for 3 years, and I'm a liar, you claim. And the only thing that you allege is that I called the Young Turks anti-Semites, and I would still ask you to find that show and find that moment. But because of that, you're going to label me a liar. Is that correct, sir? Is that you calling? Is that correct? Do I have you right? Yes or no, sir?
Yes.
No, not well. Yes.
Instance,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, that's very intelligent, sir. A 23-year radio career. You called the Young Turks a liar or anti-Semitic, and that's your only.
Well,
and that's
well,
your.
have another
Hold
example.
on. And that's your. I know it took you time to try to think of another one, right? Because you look like a fool.
Yeah,
But that's the reason why you go into my chat and you call me a liar, which makes you sound like a complete moron. But go ahead and give me another alleged lie. Stop with your Tucker Carlson laugh. Hold on, give me another lie. Give me another lie. Go ahead. Go ahead. Give me another lie, Tucker. Give me another lie.
Excuse me.
Thomas, can I ask you a question?
Well, hold on.
Can I ask him a question?
Sure.
Yes, but give me the other lie real quick, and then Leonard wants.
Yeah.
to ask you.
So the other lie, you're going to disagree, but it was way back earlier this year. You said that Jank was.
Oh my God! You know what? There you go with the Young Turks again. You're such a dumbass.
He's talking about Jank. Jank is the one that they went back and found his posts, and they were saying the news was saying he had anti-Semitic lines in his previous posts. That was an issue for him. That's what they were accused of. It had nothing to do with what Brian said. Brian would never say that because, first of all, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if they're anti-Semitic, and Brian is not anti-Semitic, and he has no reason to say that. But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you if you can go ahead and find the post and you can prove us wrong,
which he won't.
Then we'll give you free tickets to Brian's next event.
The email's coming. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah, I can't wait. I'm sure it is. God, so we asked you for another lie. You keep going back to the Young Turks. You can't get off of that. All the topics that I discuss on this show every single day, and you can't come up with another topic where you think I'm a liar. Makes you look stupid.
Listen, I watch the Young Turks and you.
I don't care. I don't care.
Cenk Uygur is a liar. He's lied many times.
I don't care whether you watch the Young Turks. Come up with another. If you watch me every day and you think I'm a liar, come up with another example of me lying, which you haven't been able to do.
Also, check this out. Will you please answer me this, because that's the one line I got you on. I can't
and you can't think of any. Yeah, right.
You didn't get him on it.
Right. You didn't get me on anything, bro.
But please answer me this: do you think that Marjorie Taylor Greene should be deported to Gaza? Because you have you definitely said that many times.
Sure. So let me answer a question by stating this.
She's literally like one of the.
Are you going to shut? Are you going to let me? Are you going to let me answer? Or are you going to interrupt? Are you going to?
He asked a question.
Thank you. That's very nice of you, even though it's my show. Thank you for allowing me to answer your stupid question. So when I make statements, hyperbole statements, I would say, that I want people. Are you going to be quiet? Be quiet. No, you're not. You're interrupting me. Stop interrupting me, dumbass. Okay. When I make a statement like, I hope you're deported to Gaza, let me ask you a question. Is that hyperbole, or do you actually believe that I think American citizens, because I disagree with their political opinions and I don't think they're good people, that they should be treated like some immigrants are being treated?
I know it's hyperbole, but it's
so it's a stupid
satire.
So you're a moron, sir. You're a moron. You don't understand what satire is.
Why would you say that?
You're a moron. I hope you're deported.
The idea. Hilarious.
Did I ever make a statement on this show that I hope Marjorie Taylor Greene is killed?
So then why do you hope that they get deported?
Okay, because you have to see the hyperbole of it. You have to see the satirical ability. When Jon Stewart was saying that they're no longer breaking any rules or laws,
do you understand?
It was satire. It's comedy.
Sir, you just admitted.
Oh, hilarious!
Are you going to shut up again? Hold on a second.
I'm listening, Brian. Calm down.
No, you're not. Shut up. That means stop talking. You just admitted that it's hyperbole.
Yeah.
I don't think you know what the definition of hyperbole is, but even though you admit that it's hyperbole, you try to dive deep into the weeds and say, does that mean you want Marjorie Taylor Greene killed? So let me give you some hyperbole so some moron like you might be able to understand. I hope you're deported to Gaza, and I hope
that's satire.
I hope that they play Taylor Swift.
Right,
I'm not done yet. I'm not. I don't care. I don't care. You're lying, sir. You're lying, sir. You're lying. I heard you say it 2 months ago, sir. You're lying. I hope that you're sent to Gaza. I hope that you're. Yeah, there you go with the Tucker Carlson feminine laugh again. I hope that you're deported to Gaza. I hope they put you in a jail cell, and Taylor Swift, you're forced to listen to 24/7, and I'll provide you a Trump Bible, and you could listen listen to your Young Turks 24/7.
We'll send them books that the Young Turks have written.
Why don't you take your Young Turk knee pads off, understand what hyperbole is, and take the MAGA wax out of your ears, you bumbling fool.
I'm not MAGA, by the way.
We'll send you a Cenk Uygur book.
Okay, sir. I think you're a liar. I think you're a liar because you said something about that 2 months ago to one of my friends.
Are you kidding me?
I think you're a liar, sir. I think you sold one of my friends 2 months ago that you voted for Donald Trump. I'll prove it. I'll prove it, sir. I'll prove it. You're a liar. And then I'm going to go on a chat with your 2 listeners if you have a podcast. And I'll tell everybody. Okay. I'll have everybody on your chat call you a liar too. Okay, dude, you're wasting my time.
He's obsessed with the Young Turks.
You're wasting my time. Get off. Get this idiot off my show.
What was his obsession with the Young Turks, Brian? He's like obsessed with them.
Oh my God.
He's been on like 3 times since I've been there, and that's all he talks about is Cenk and the Young Turks, who have been accused of anti-Semitism. So why is he calling you? I believe and pressuring you about that.
I believe they're extremely anti-Israel and anti-Israeli government. But anyway, that guy's a moron.